Alright guys, it's round 1 of the Team Serious Invitational. We are having extreme technical difficulties, and we did see the beginning of this match. But it's vintage, so life totals don't matter. We know that Moes is on a blue, green, black Gush list. That didn't show up. And we know his opponent Ryan, whose last name they did not tell us. Oh, is in Gifts Ungiven. That's...
Or at least one Gifts Ungiven.
At least one Gifts Ungiven. Well, he has a Gifts Ungiven.
Yeah.
We don't know what the deck is yet, but we know we like it. There's gifts in it. But it looks like Nat has like a ton of cards in his hand. So this
Oh, he's casting Igon's Fault.
I'm assuming it's on the stack.
Yeah. Man, look at that drink just like right in the middle of the table. How fearless.
I know, right?
They're just not...
They just don't care.
This like Beta Underground's a cup of soda just sitting perilously 2 feet away.
I know, right? This is lovely. I'm into Nat's mana counters. You see, it's hard to make out on stream.
Oh yeah, that's
blue
cool.
mana symbol.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's colorless or black.
I think it's black.
So I didn't see what started it this game, but it looks pretty clear that Nat is going to win it. It's all double sleeping. They don't care.
But still, man. Alright, we're gushing. Special Storm stalled the turn. Alright.
So Nat's deck does have a Tendrils in it.
That looks like a Storm counter. Oh, it might be Storm. Yeah, it makes more sense.
Oh, because it's a little cloud.
Yeah,
Cute.
That's cool. Okay. Time walking. Probably time walking. Maybe not time walking.
So he's got, what is that, Storm of 7?
Alright.
I don't see anything black in his graveyard.
Yeah, Preordains.
Oh, Demonic Tutor.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
I don't know what his opponent's at, but I can't think of any way
Yeah, it must be.
that he loses this. Even if his opponent had a Mindbreak Trap, which there are a few of in this tournament.
He has Fluster Storm in his hand.
Yeah, and Force of Will in his graveyard, and
Yeah.
all kinds of ways to stop it. Alright, I'm going to assume that was game 1. I don't actually know. But we're going to give Nat the win there.
Yeah.
We don't have Ryan's deck, so we cannot... we can't give you that, but I'm going to try to paste Nat's on the screen. Maybe pull up the sideboard for you, which could be fun.
Yeah.
And it is going to be a little slow, guys. We are going to have technical issues all day.
Oh, man.
Warning you ahead of time.
This would be so much easier with a producer.
Yeah.
Oh, man. He's playing Rector.
Okay. All right. So that is probably the Rector Flash deck that's going around with the how guys.
Oh, man.
I wish I had that deck list.
That seems like a good one to have.
I agree with you.
I wish that Ryan had followed directions and sent us his deck list the night before.
Like if he gets removed, he's got to go yard and then get removed. Yeah, he's got to get removed to his own ability.
And we're freezing, and we're freezing.
No, that's good. You got this.
I don't know why this is freaking out.
Oh, wow. It's really freaking out.
Everyone's real excited about that Hoobus next time.
Yeah, having trouble giving you the sideboard, but... Or are they done? No, he's looking through his deck to sideboard. Okay.
Yeah, they're sideboard. They're definitely sideboard.
So, we will work this out for you, but Nat has in his sideboard 2 Mind Break traps, 2 Red Blasts, possibly a Tormod's Crypt Paramus trap. Just looking at the cards he might bring in this matchup, just from what I've seen. And again, we're not 100%
So
sure
Ryan
what he's
came all the
on.
way from Virginia for this tournament.
Yeah, to defeat in round 1 of the future match.
On stream.
On screen, right. I had told my family that I was getting on TV, and they all were excited. I think
Is your grandma watching?
I think I have about 45 people in my parents' house right now.
I'll just tell her on the computer.
I imagine right about now they're kind of like not looking at the screen anymore, just talking amongst themselves.
I think there's a football game on.
The full game's on today, right?
Last invitational played against Eric Butler.
Letting them talk.
Yeah, they got this.
Eric, what did you want?
We're good.
I lost.
What was he piloting?
We'll set up the sideboards. Or sideboard.
Yeah, I can paste it on screen while they're sideboarding later.
Oh, cool.
It was an Esper bomber. Good looking game too.
I hope you have more than
I did last time.
I'm not going to remind you to scry. You didn't scry that. You did not scry in the morning. I have to remind you. That's how far off I am on playing. Like that's that a thing now? Is that what we do these days? I'll be on the plane.
Cool.
I will keep.
That's Nat's sideboard, and we'll close it down now because you just saw it. Because the game has started. Alright, it looks like both players caps, unless I wasn't paying attention, which I really kind of wasn't.
That's what I noticed good players do that they keep track of
Their opponent's life?
Right, yeah.
I am just not organized enough for that. There are a lot of times where I didn't do
Right.
Okay, so, back to paying attention.
That's a good one.
Yeah, not a thrilling start from either side, but certainly not a bad one. Looks like they both have... Well, looks like Nat does not have any other lands in hand. It's tough to tell.
Yeah, Jace, a Brainstorm.
Looks like maybe a Gush.
Force.
Could be a Dak Faden.
Yeah.
It looks like his hand has a lot of business if he gets a second land, but it doesn't look like he has one. Hard to see what's going on with Ryan's hand, but we know he's playing Rector Flash, so just holding up 2 mana is kind of horrifying.
Yeah.
In and of itself.
Alright, brainstorming. We drew Sapphire. One blue card. A Dutch Bowl?
This is a demonic.
Oh, it's a Gush.
So he's putting back a Thoughtseize. Is that Yawbus Will? I don't remember. No, it's
He has
not.
Yawgmoth's one on his hand, yes.
Is he putting it back? I can't tell. So he did not hit the land.
Back.
He has a Mock Sapphire, which is good, but when you have 2 Gushes, it's not exactly what you want. Looks like a proxy or a reminder card in there, so that might be Baby Jace.
It's Jace, yeah.
That's my guess.
He had it in play last game. Presuming that Ryan does anything threatening on this turn, he's probably just going to run away with this game.
Yeah, he put back 2 non-land cards. Well,
Wait, what?
Nat put back 2 non-land
Oh,
cards.
yeah.
Ryan has a bit of time. The best thing Nat can do next turn is play Jace, and then the turn after draw something relevant. If he names Gush, he's getting 2 cards, but it doesn't. Gush isn't necessarily the right card name. I did not hear what he named.
What's the real name of young Jace? If I just say Jace, would that be good enough?
You'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm not playing other Jace.
Yeah, this is a tournament where you can just say Jace, and it's fine.
Baby Jace. Some people don't like the Baby Jace name. I think it's just fine.
What's that card in?
One Force of Will.
You do.
That's what I want to know.
Looks like an opt, but I'm sure it isn't.
Name force. So.
Name force, yeah. Not a bad. If you have no idea what's in your opponent's hand and you're playing a combo deck,
Yeah, name force.
force is pretty fine.
If anybody's the red that step shot on my deck, I would appreciate it.
He's showing the one white border duel in his deck.
Is that white border? You sicken me.
It's not even unlimited, it's revised.
I play revised because
No me gusta.
I guess I should put the.
Oh, he played Rector. He's therapying him.
I will walk it for you again. Rector figure goes off first.
So this does not look good. Just in
I
general.
assume that Nat is about to die.
He was probably going to die anyway?
Yeah, okay. He put Omniscience into play. Now he can cast any spell in his hand without paying for 0.
And we know he has a good one because if he didn't, he could have gotten Bargain instead.
Yes.
If I find something to dig through time.
Alright, it's cast Victor time. 7 cards, pick 2. Any of them kill Nat.
Hey, you know it's pretty good with Omniscience?
Anything?
Spells.
Okay, anything?
Yeah, I guess not literally anything, but most things. Yeah, this, amazingly enough, this Rector Flash deck is not new. It has been around. The Ohio guys have been playing it for a little while.
Alright,
I think,
Brainstorm, what do we get? So we got a Duress. An enormous step. And something else. I think it's Yawgmoth's
Something. Some relevant spell.
Yeah.
Yawgmoth's pretty good with Omniscience out too, isn't it?
Yeah, you just cast all your spells.
Yeah, just even if he had nothing else,
He has a vamp.
it would
so
just be another
If he has a
thing.
draw spell, then it must be a kill.
Yeah, and Yawgmoth is a draw spell.
I think put the Yawgmoth back.
Huh.
Which
I
I think he's having some issues deciding if that was right.
Yeah, I'm sure this is one of those situations where he could win 7
Oh, it's
different
diminishing
ways.
returns.
Oh, okay.
Just in case.
Isn't it? Well, let's look at his deck list.
It kind of looks like it.
We can figure it out.
Here's the thing: is I don't know how updated these deck lists are.
Oh, I mean.
I do not see diminishing returns on his deck list. It doesn't mean he didn't change his deck list right before the event started. I don't have 100% up-to-date lists on everybody. Oh, Merchant Scroll. It's a Merchant Scroll.
Oh, yeah. It's the Homelands one. Yep.
Oh, so he passed the turn. Nat's getting a Merchant Scrolling for Force of Will, which is,
Yeah, but
probably
Ryan
the right
has a force
play,
on his
but
hand
there's
at
no
least.
way.
Yeah, he has at least another force in his hand. So.
Yeah, there's no way out of this one.
Alright, we'll draw. Let's see what we got. Yeah, don't need to do that. Tagliana not necessary.
You can tap it though. It is legal.
Yeah.
Hey, he played Mind Break Trap without paying the casting cost. Mind Break Trap does that sometimes. He keeps using his lands.
He doesn't need to, but,
It
but
really-
it's not like it matters.
Yeah, it really does not matter. It would be really funny if he somehow got some of an activated ability that cost exactly 5 mana. You can still pay, with Omniscience out?
Oh, absolutely. It's like Gush. It's alternate casting costs. You may
Alright.
pay the converted mana cost or not pay the converted mana cost.
I was wondering if it was like one of those cheat haste things where like you tap the land for mana and then you put the spell into play, and then but he just has floating mana.
No. I mean
you could do
I
that,
can
but you
imagine
have to
scenarios
announce
where
it.
casting a card for the mana cost would be beneficial. Like, for instance, if someone was trying to steal a card from your graveyard and cast it, you could delve in response.
Ah, that's cool.
I feel like that is an incredible corner case where you have Omniscience out and your opponent is still fighting back.
Yeah, everything involving Omniscience is a quarter case because unless you play Omniscience and don't have anything.
Oh, look
at
at
all-
that!
Oh, look at
Put a
this.
Grizzle Brand and Evercool on the play.
Oh, and gets an extra turn.
Yep. So this game is over.
Yeah. Obviously the game was over last turn.
Hello, we're tied now.
We're 1-1.
All right, that was pretty exciting.
I can only imagine it.
That was pretty sweet, honestly.
Yeah, no, I've seen that deck list, the Rector Flash deck. I've never seen it in action.
Huh? He
Awesome.
paid mana for Vampire
Awesome
He
to
didn't
see.
have
I wanna
Vampire
get-
first before he yard
I want to get that list. I was told it was sent to me. All right. Ooh, we got a last name and everything.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that victory time.
Yeah, it looks like I think tracking life totals is not something we're going to be doing today.
Unless it's relevant.
Yeah.
Obviously, in this matchup, it's not.
Yeah, unless we're saying I don't think we're going to be able to do it. If they want to track life totals, they need to do like a piece of paper on the
Yeah, they
end.
can do it themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got a little sneak. Cloying. 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 It's that over there. Speed Racer.
Yeah.
Happy.
So if I can type this deck list up in time, we might be able to do a deck tech afterwards, which I think should be
This
this deck we're looking at because it's well, we'll see if he wins. But Rector Flash is not something that many people have seen in action before.
right where you watched.
I'm like, I probably shouldn't drive right now. I have that one drink.
The Sazerac? Did you have a Sazerac?
Yes, I had Sazerac, and before that I had a Gator Bomb. And I'm like,
So this is being broadcast live. So
oh,
just kidding.
I'm gonna drive Demo.
So you do one more?
I'll see
Oh,
you
you think it was
next
sweet, like with that thing.
Well, no, I thought you were waiting for your teeth. That would be my only critique. Otherwise, it's delicious.
All right.
I think this might be
The wonderful announcer that I'm not paying attention. I don't know if they changed their sideboard for game 2.
Alright, you want to be able to play this time?
I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. You can't really tell. I mean, I know on the SCJ streams they never really know. They just kind of like they probably would do this because you can't really tell.
Yeah. So if you haven't played with Rector, which doesn't really mean anything, no one's been playing with Rector in a very long time. It's worth noting
probably.
that Rector does get hit by Graveyard Hate if they if your opponent uses a Ravenous Trap or a Tormod Script
will go off.
in response to the trigger. You don't get the enchantment. It is worded such that you won't get the enchantment.
It
So
goes into the graveyard and then it triggers, and you have to remove it from the game from your graveyard, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So which is notable just because Nat might have brought in Tormod Script, he might not have.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if it's correct, but it does do something.
I mean, I probably would. Just because, I feel like Permanent Hate is probably better against his deck considering he's running, like, Mindbreak Trap, Force of Will, and, like, Cabal Therapy, which we know about. Seems like having cards in your hand to interact with your opponent is kind of a liability in this matchup.
I completely agree. I think there's a big question is really how fast is this deck really?
Yeah.
We just saw it. I mean, that wasn't even that fast. They both
Foxy
kind of had
is
slow hands.
a great strategy against someone who's trying to string together a 2-card combo, one of which is a 4-mana creature. Yeah, he's Force of Willing and pitching Show and Tell.
It's good use with Thoughtseize there.
Yep.
1 mana him to Torak.
Yep. You don't even lose the life. He uses the life.
It's just way better. These deck lists that I got sent to me are all formatted differently.
Such is life. Alright. Go with Scalding Tarn. Play the top. Looks like our hand is... Next hand is Time Walk, Will Jace, Force of Will, and something else. He's refusing to shuffle from the front, thereby making our lives difficult. Oh, a Mind Break Trap, right? Yeah.
Oh, that's an important one.
Yes.
Though he doesn't have a lot of cards in hand, so if he's forced to use the... If he needs to use the Force of Will... No, he has the Jace. It didn't look blue in his hand. He can definitely afford to pitch the Jace.
And he has a top, so going forward, that card quality is going to be higher than average.
But, of course, it is vintage, so
Sure.
he's not going to get as many turns to use that top as he would.
Uh-oh. Flash is on the stack.
Oh, so Flash, as we all know, yeah, it needs to be forced.
Yes.
But that's one of the reasons why Flash is so good. We don't know for sure.
Force back. Flash is
Well, now we know for
His
sure.
last card is Academy Rector. Oh my god.
That's good.
So for anyone that has ever in recent history said, hey, maybe Flash shouldn't be restricted, imagine doing this when your opponent has 4 Flashes in your deck. It is not fun.
Yeah, no, he had the Rector, as we saw, and once he started fighting over it, we knew he definitely had it.
Yeah.
But playing Flash without the Academy Rector in your hand is a totally valid play, just because
They have to counter it.
they have to counter it. They don't have a choice.
Yeah, I had to protect that.
So that is one of the reasons why having 4 Flashes is pretty horrifying, because
So you can just, they're duresses when you have 2.
Oh, and 18 from there.
Just play the first one on your opponent's end step, they counter it, you let it go, you go to your turn on tap, cast another one. They have to fight over that one too. It gets very out of control fast.
so Bargain will rarely lose a game when it resolves, but you do see it happen.
Especially considering he's at 16, I want to say.
Oh, I'm not gonna have punished me several times before.
He's got 2 Forces and an Ancient Tomb use.
For cast spells.
Which is really plenty for an Academy.
Same 3.
3 lands. Showing us. Oh, actually, 2 lands and a Blightsteel Colossus.
I lose.
Yeah, that's not going to do it.
Is he doing commentary? He's supposed to be, top. He's probably just getting heavily inebriated.
Alright, we topped again, and it looks like there's no help in the top 3 cards of our deck against Yawgmoth's Bargain.
There aren't too many cards that do actually help against Yawgmoth's Bargain.
Not one in play.
Certainly.
Alright, going to Ryan's turn.
Mean they go.
You can count them up.
15, 14,
Well, let's do it one at a time, because otherwise I screw myself up.
Okay, that's fine.
13,
Future Manager? Yeah.
12,
34 viewers on TNG Brass Man. Apparently we're not broadcasting on Sirius Vintage as far as I can tell.
11,
You want them? Yeah, I got it.
10.
Yeah, I got it. Nice. Got lucky or just... CMFE dead on board.
So,
You could go like
the thing that's happening here is
Translator.
Ryan's deck isn't like Storm Combo, where a lot of the cards in your deck are like rituals and draw spells and tutors and things. The rest of his deck is like mostly set up like a traditional like blue deck. So far he's drawing like Academy Rectors, Force of Wills, Fluster Storms. So they don't actually like, not actually helping him close out this game.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he's probably looking for a show and tell, so he can show and tell Omniscience, and then he can, cast whatever he wants. And whatever he draws, when he finally draws a bomb, is just going to resolve, because he's drawn so many counters.
So he's sort of getting to the point. Well, all his mana's untapped, but at some point you have to figure out: do you pass the turn with a really good hand that can stop your opponent from doing anything, and then next hand set up a big win? Though that's not really an issue here because he's totally untapped. It's worth noting that if he had more flashes in his deck, one of his outs would be drawing another flash Rector.
That would also.
And you could do that with very few mana. But you can't do that here. I do have his deck list right here. He does have 4 show and tells, so that is the best thing he could draw here.
Yeah.
But he might, he might only be able to tutor for. He doesn't have enough mana to do it all in one turn if he has to tutor for it.
Yeah. Well, Brassman has more viewers in general.
Alright, so we drew a Flooded Strand because it acts as the white mana, which is important. So now we can set up the. Oh, okay, he passed the turn with like a bunch of counters in his hand.
Yeah, I can see multiple forces.
Alright, so land, Blades of Colossus, Gush, I believe is what the cards were. We have a Force and Mindbreak Trap and a Time Vault.
Which is a great set of cards to have right now. My guess is it won't be enough.
Yeah, I don't see him getting out of
But
this one.
with a 2-card hand, you couldn't ask for more than a Mindbreak Trap and a Force.
Mystic Coin. Yeah, it's end step. Assuming to get show and tell. Demonic also works.
Yeah, I don't know what part he's missing in his hand. He might have, if he has show and tell already, he might need to Demonic for Omniscience.
Yeah. I know that he has Rectors. I saw him draw like at least 2 Rectors.
He could get a Therapy.
Yep.
Ryan shared it.
That would do it.
So, as a result, I'm letting it
Let's see. Yeah.
much closer than
So, just overheard, Ryan is at 11.
Uh-huh.
Important to know.
that's a good
I'm not sure that's actually better than Dig Through Time here.
So the thing about Gifts Ungiven right now is that he can still cast at the end of Nat's turn, which he can't do with Dig.
But he mystical for. Oh, he can draw it off the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He can. I don't know if that's his game plan. It costs a lot of life to do that.
Yeah. Nope, that's not.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. He could have done it on turn. Would have cost him 4 life, 1 to draw and then to fetch and then Ancient Tomb. And every life is a card right now.
Yeah.
So
It's 3 cards.
I can understand wanting to hold back, but he must have had a plan, right? He must be gifting for something specific, because otherwise he would have just gotten Show and Tell or Demonic.
Yeah.
Or Ancestral, which is the healing solve, but it's maybe what you need when you're at 11.
Healing Solve that draws 3 cards. Okay. Snap's turn.
So he's just playing really conservatively with his life right now. But
Granted, he probably can't
he
lose.
can afford to do that because
He's
Nat's
got
not putting any pressure on.
Yeah.
Gush is a strong card to draw. What Nat needs is both a bunch of crap in his hand and
Oh, we knew those were on top.
oh, okay.
He's at top for many
yeah.
turns.
The 2.
Oh, that's right,
Yeah.
So,
The volume Gush provides might help turn on those forces.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Preordained, Demonic, and
I think that might be a Flusterstorm. not a
Oh, maybe
Preordained
Flusterstorm.
one. If it is Flusterstorm Demonic Force, that's
Pretty good.
yeah. I mean, that's about the best he can ask for. It's pretty close to winning. I don't think he has enough mana to do everything he needs to, though.
Just swerve, basically. I swung for 11 on turn 2 in game 1.
Alright.
Does he have enough mana
Top.
to Demonic and defend it with 2 counters? I don't think he does.
Oh, he has a mana floating, so if that's a Flusterstorm, he does.
No different
right? Oh,
Yeah,
but,
but he-
you have the flush towards the top of his deck. Yeah, so he only has 1/4. But the dog's resolved.
6 sets, I guess. I mean, I got a lot of.
I'm gonna guess he's getting a key here. He can't.
You pretty much have to, right?
He can't win by getting a bunch of counters in hand. He's never gonna.
Yeah.
Well, if Ryan was at a little bit less, that might be valid.
Yeah.
Like if Ryan was at 5, just load up with counters, and hope to just starve you out of cards. But 11 life still, or 10 now. You might just need to get the combo.
I would like to.
I mean, I know, yeah.
Cannot see
So-
what you set aside there.
It looked like,
Looked like a blue card.
yeah. Ancestral. That's a Fluster Storm.
That's just fun. That's a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had Flusterstorm on top of his deck, so if he topped for Demonic for Flusterstorm, there's no way that's right.
Yeah. That's
Unless he's just trying to get a card in the graveyard. I think that was a minor punt by Nat there. Probably doesn't matter either way.
yeah. I don't feel like he's ever gonna overpower Ryan. Considering Ryan has at least 2 counters in his hand and a Gifts Ungiven, which presumably will win him the game when it resolves.
If Gifts Ungiven does not win him the game from this position, something seriously bad is happening. Though, Nat has the Flusterstorm. The Gifts is going to resolve. Or the Gifts is going to get countered if he wants it to get countered. There's been a lot of spells cast this turn.
Sure.
That's your third stop of the turn. Gush, Tutor, Flusterstorm.
Gush, Tutor, Flusterstorm, Gifts.
Big trap.
Oh, he's casting
Wow.
spells, so he has the Mind Ray Trap. Yep, that will do it.
Yeah.
That could force back if he wanted to, but we already know that's not going to work. Ryan has a force.
Wow. If Nat had another blue card, he could force pitching a blue card, and then
And then
if
Mind Ray
Ryan,
Trap back.
yeah, and Ryan counters back. That's his third spell.
Yep.
That would have been interesting, but that's not. Unfortunately, not the world we live in. Fortunately for Nat. And Ryan is rolling Gifts Ungiven. Let's see what he's going to get.
I have nothing. I have nothing to do with the end of this game at this point. If Ryan gets
I believe that is Nat's formal F6 declaration. Like,
It's true. It's always fun to see Gifts Ungiven resolve, even when the game is already over.
well, I mean, that's usually, those two things usually go hand in hand.
You know.
Few games and few formats continue in any meaningful way after Gifts Ungiven is resolved.
But to be fair, that could also be said of Bargain, and the game went on for 4 or 5 turns after that.
Sure, but I mean, I think that, like I said, in a meaningful way. Like, the game has been
not
continuing, but has Nat really been doing anything meaningful?
Yeah, he would have needed to get a lot luckier than he did
Yes.
to pull out of this.
The first game was fun. These last 2 games did not. It was fun.
Not saying the game that he won was fun and the games that he lost were not.
I share that sentiment with most games of Magic.
First game fun.
Oh, of course. Here we are on game 3. I assume you must have. No? Maybe. I will give you those 2.
Alright, so he is putting Dig Through Time and something else in the graveyard, and we've got Cabal Therapy and what I assume would be Ancestral. Let me see if I guess right. It looks like a beta card. Yep, Ancestral.
Absolutely.
What's it?
The Cabal therapies that miss are the best Cabal therapies.
Thanks for writing those down. It made me feel better. You're an active part of this game.
I feel like Nat has seen the writing on the wall. Not. He is pretty out of it. Ryan, Cabal Therapy, Nat named Force of Will, and then Nat gave him the hand of Underground Sea, Island, Blissful Colossus, and Ryan began writing his hand down. And Nat said, "Wow, thanks for making me feel like I'm still a part of this game."
It's very polite of Ryan.
All right, time walk.
Oh.
Let's see if the game will end this turn.
No draw step. Rector.
All right, we did it.
Yes, power.
We were right, guys.
What life is Ryan at?
Pretty low, I imagine. Okay, Nat
That's
skips his
skipping his
turn.
turn to dodgeball.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just.
I can't tell if Ryan is messing with him or there's some some reason why he can't be as aggressive, why he can't just get omniscience.
I mean, he's being very aggressive. He's attacking with squires. That's about as aggressive as you can get with that deck.
True. Four mana squires. You don't see those too often in Vintage, but
Deck resolves. I'm
I
all right.
feel like I would not be toying with that right now if that is what Ryan is doing. I would be too paranoid, but
I don't really know what's going on, but I'm just going to keep talking about it because that's what we're here for.
it's true. I'm
not going to say I'm not confused, but this is what's happening.
It's true. So Ryan does not have a lot of cards in hand.
Yeah, I think he has like one card.
But he does. He is at. He was it 7-ish?
Yeah,
last time.
he's definitely around 5. So he might have just, like as I was saying earlier, just drew a bunch of counters and just like
This is
bargain locked himself.
He attacked Dak instead of Nat.
Okay.
He's letting Ancestral Resolve. I think he might actually not be toying with Nat. I don't know what the situation is, but
well, whoever after this game, whoever wins, we definitely need to talk to.
true.
I am interested in hearing.
So Ryan has a therapy in the yard.
Yeah, he has the ability to crack a Rector for omniscience right now.
What we would assume, unless there's some reason he doesn't have as many omnisciences in his stack
Maybe
game
he
too.
drew
as
the
we think.
omniscience.
I'm assuming there's.
Yeah.
There's only one omniscience in the
Yeah,
deck.
so it's possible that he drew the omniscience.
In which case, if the Rectors do nothing, he needs to draw a show and tell. But with bargain out, draw now or draw it later, I think he needs the cards more than he needs the life at this point.
Yeah.
So there might be something else going on here.
So Nat's hand has become pretty stacked. He has a Time Walk, a Vamp, both of which he can cast right now. So presuming that Ryan is on air, like Nat can win this turn.
Well, let's be serious. Ryan has a bargain out and he's not drawing cards. If he really can't draw cards, it doesn't matter what Nat has. Nat's already won. If Ryan's best play right now is attacking with the Rectors,
Yeah,
that's
it's
it.
probably.
But I don't